Depends on the particular task he is performing. I think you can guess most likely what the task is, and I will leave it to your imagination. Probably should only take about 1 minute. I don't know. Some people are speedier than others, to be honest. But anyway, just to, of course, remind everybody about this tournament. This is the Hitbox Arena Showdown Invitational. And this is, of course, being sponsored by CSGO Lounge, Strafe, and Esport Gaming. Feel free to check out those guys. They have links to stuff down below the stream itself. You can go check that one out if you want to. Also, of course, after this best of 3 series, there will be a giveaway, the M4A1S Cyrex. If you want to be involved, just make sure to log in on Hitbox, follow the channel, and you should then see a little poll above your chat in the top right corner saying, would you like to win an M4A1S Cyrex? If you click yes, you'll be entered. Oh dear. Now then, that should be good for you, of course. This will be the knife round now. One of the slightly odd parts of CS. Meat grinder, go! Get! Stop running away! Yeah. Blood. I mean, well, I don't... Blood. Still, they are killing them. That's nice. Wow, it's up 4 to 5 for 1. Do you know, that's why I stutter sometimes. It's because I realize I've made a mistake and I'm like, oh dear. It's time to correct. Except I couldn't remember what the mistake was. Sometimes. Life is hard. Life is hard, but life is harder for Phenomenon right now than it is for me because they are down 1 map in this best of 3 series, and they will of course want to try and reclaim that if they possibly can. This is not a bad start for them as Luke has gotten himself 2 headshots in quick succession. However, the trading is actually going against them now. Oscarish getting himself another kill there. Will set up his team pretty well. However, it does seem like Dobry&Gaming are not going to be pushing their advantage right now. But they are firing a couple of shots, just trying to catch someone out through mid doors. There's, of course, this information advantage right now. They have. But they're not going to abuse that. They're instead just going to go straight to fight the enemy. Fair enough. I mean, I personally would favor playing aggressive if you know, playing around what your enemy knows. But so it's, you know, just as valid if you are really good aimers to take the fight to the enemy. Certainly, I would actually say, right now especially, that Dobry&Gaming are a team that, from what we've seen thus far, are very heavily reliant on their aiming. Their play hasn't been super duper smart. We don't see too many set plays for them, but stuff like that from Michu, he just nails someone to the wall, is really, really good to see. And he is a very strong player, of course. JAC has also done a pretty good job in previous rounds. Oh boy, Oscarish though has been caught out, well out in fact. Will end up going down. But there just seems to be a big disparity from what we've seen so far between Phenomenon's aiming and Dobry&Gaming's aiming. Which is a bit of a mouthful to say. Say that 5 times quickly and I'm sure you'll come out with something other than Dobry&Gaming aiming. But the time pressure is against Phenomenon right now. Dima doesn't have much time to work with. He can probably guess where that flash came from, and the smoke is down. I'm actually not sure how useful that will be. Oh boy, though, the timer is getting very close to the end, and at a Tech 9 at that range, it's just about equal. At that point, though, it was too late anyway. 10 seconds had been and gone, and there was no defuse kit there available for Phenomenon, so fair enough for him. But a bad start for Phenomenon, of course. Dust 2. If anything, it's probably slightly T-sided. You know, it's hard to call exactly, but the Dobry&Gaming getting this good early start here isn't necessarily a disaster. But we've seen this happen a few times before. Certainly this round will be a throwaway, and if they can even kill JAC, that would be pretty good. Jack. I don't know, is he Jack or is he JAC? The way he's capitalized that C makes me think he's JAC. But Jack is kind of an actual name. Bureau, nobody saw that team dink. It's okay. It's his fault for running in front of your crosshair. You know that. You know it to be true. But this is going to be the full buy up now. Jack has to try and get that shot down through the wall. That's actually something we saw earlier on, was from Phenomenon actually, was they had some really brutal shots through long doors when they were against London Conspiracy. They just kept nailing them. Now the push is on through mid. It's going to be Dobry&Gaming making their push out. Spiro keeping an eye out. Now going to have to rotate over to try and make sure his team's push doesn't go so far awry. But unfortunately, pretty much fell apart. Phenomenon with some good good movement there as they went in and out on that fight. They caught them off guard. They come out on top. So nicely done there. Phenomenon getting themselves on the scoreboard, pretty much what we'd expect. This isn't a team that will go down without a fight, even if they end up losing, what we saw before. Phenomenon not going to completely give up the ghost. Of course, they haven't broken their enemy's economy yet, and that's going to be a tricky thing to deal with. Dobry&Gaming, however, get flashed just as they run through. Maybe their choice was a little bit predictable here, because we've got 3 people from Phenomenon in the area. They've got their flashes, they're getting their further kills. And there's only so much even a man like Michu can do if he's pop flash just as he comes around the corner. Really good timing there from Phenomenon. The good word is Phenomenon. Phenomenon. Phenomenal. You should probably be careful not to start overusing the word phenomenal in the combat that ensues after this. But for the time being, it's Michu against the world. 4v1. If there's any player that can do it, it's Michu. He's even got a bit of room to work with right now. Most of the angles he can approach from are covered, but he's only ever going to have to win that 1v1 here. Softic ends up going down. He's going to get the first kill. Still got 35 seconds as well. I've got to say, this is looking actually a little bit dicey. He will get peeked from the other side there. He gets another kill on the board. That's a 3k already. The rotate is coming through. And Luke will be able to peek out and sneak that one down. But that was starting to look real dangerous there. Jack might well be Minis. I actually don't know. It's one of these things where you never know if they've changed their name or if they're using a sub. I'll call him Manis. Okay, I'll call him Manis then. Right. So it's Lord. I hate that though. I'm just saying. But please stop changing your names for no reason. Anyway. Oh man. Oh, that's so sad for Dima there. Was not able to get the mowing down he maybe could have done. In the end, they've stopped the push pretty much. Although, the 2v1 is possible for Oscarish here. But, pretty unlikely. Let's say it's going to be a tricky one for Minis to play this one out correctly. But he's got the first kill. Is he going to get a second? No. But yeah, for real, guys. It's so confusing for a caster if you just keep changing your name like that. Ugh. Still. Good job there. Phenomenon reclaiming the site. Arguably not the best job there from Dima, who I feel could have done a little more damage. Got taken down very quickly, in fairness. And sometimes you can, you just, the enemy dinks you and you're like, ah, damn it. But there was potential for almost like a 5-man spray down there on the tunnel. RIP, 1 man, 1 ace, the dream. Still. Not the worst situation for Phenomenon. Got themselves decent weapons. They are letting Minis through on mid for now, but he's not exposed on one side, and there's a lot of exposure on the A site. That is an interesting choice of smoke. So he smokes off CT, but it looks like the team is pushing through short. However, Dima has now just snuck behind them and got himself 2 kills really quickly. So that's super good. This puts the whole team here in a really awkward situation. Oscarish now the only man standing. They don't have perfect information. They don't know that he's there, but they can place a pretty good guess, and Dima is going to be taking advantage of that. That being said, Phenomenon is getting the better of Dobry&Gaming several times there. And I do have to question that smoke onto CT from Michu, or not Michu, Minis, sorry, when he was pushing through mid. He ended up getting taken down from that direction. But I mean, what was his objective there? Was he looking to just push up mid and then go over to B while the rest of his team went for A? I mean, I guess it's plausible, but surely you'd be better off smoking off the other side and then looking to support your team on A. Who knows? Far be it from me to question such things right now, but Michu, for his part, doing his best with that deagle. And there are a lot of casualties. Every time Phenomenon wins a round, they're having to fight for it. But as long as they keep stacking up the rounds, in the end, it's not going to matter. They've kept enough economy going that they can always buy. They've always got their M4s. They're in good shape right now. Double AWP, however, picked up by Dobry&Gaming. So, are we going to see a kill? No. Not coming through the mid doors. I still claim that's the most frustrating thing on earth. When it happens. Even getting tagged is just like, it's just so annoying. But Biro continues to actually kind of exemplify a trend I've seen a couple of times from him over the last map or map and a half or whatever. He does seem to be developing this tendency to just always go in. Almost like he's just a little bit overconfident. Like he's not willing to accept that he might end up losing out or that it's not a great idea to do what he's about to do. But hey, see if this push works out from short. It does seem like Michu has been allowed a long way onto the site without getting caught out, but Luke is going to just totally shut it down anyway, so no problem for him. Double kill. Wait, what's a double kill? That was 4 kill. And good job, Luke. I'm glad you got 2 kills that I didn't even notice, and hey, that's good. But anyway, real talk, I think he got them quite a lot earlier on into the round. It was the double kill at the end. But still, good stuff from Luke. And actually, genuinely, he has been performing really, really quite well this this map compared to the previous. And 6-3 is starting to look like quite a healthy scoreline here for Phenomenon. What a difference a map pick can make, it seems. Phenomenon looking really quite good for themselves here. However, they have lost control of the B site. And if they let too many people onto the site, it's going to get real tricky real fast. Lordy jumps on past. And with the bomb planted now, it's going to be a difficult scenario to retake this one. Phenomenon have to handle this with extreme caution. Oh, that molly though! That's not great. That's actually going to restrict the positioning for his own team. However, it doesn't matter. It's so hard to assail the B site when there's 4 people there to defend it. And especially when you've got a lurker hanging on behind at mid doors, taking down kills. New Phenomenon now have lost that round. They will still be able to buy up. Plenty of money on their side. But I think for the time being, we're going to have to not call this one a victory for Phenomenon quite yet. I mean, we've seen them get a good run of rounds, which is something we never really saw on Mirage. But Dobry&Gaming definitely have that potential to really crush this. However, Dima, once again, sneaks around. This is something we didn't really see from him as well on Mirage. And although he did really quite seriously whiff that at the end, it was still quite impactful. He got 1 kill and a good chunk of health out of Nope, not Mini. It is Minis, damn it! I'm mind gaming myself out of the names now. He was Manice. And then he got taken out. So there you go. Nicely done. Worth it. And this is one of the things we've actually seen from Dima, actually, in general, was against London Conspiracy. He was a really impactful lurker. On Mirage against Dobry&Gaming, he kind of sat around, not really doing anything. Oh, to that guy in chat that's asking my name is Spuddington, by the way. Hello, follow me on Twitter, @Spuddington, etc, etc. Plugging. Krekker, going to be the man to stand the push in, and in fact will do a very good job of doing so. 2 kills in quick succession. Makes him a very happy man. Makes Dobry&Gaming a little bit poorer. And a little bit on a shoestring budget as well. Going to be rolling with the upgraded pistols. But they won't actually have a great round loss. They won't have the max round loss bonus at the moment. So I'm not sure if they're going to have quite enough money to buy on some of those guys. If they bought upgraded pistols with their wealthy players and tossed those around, they might have been able to, but we'll see. Ooh. Just one of those deagles. One of them deagles. Still. It's a deagle, so in the end, inconsistency is the byword. While they are getting some damage down, they're not really making the impact they needed. You need some kind of follow-up after the first Huandig. We're just going to get picked apart. In a sustained battle, you just will never win against an M4. Unless you're cheating, in which case you will. But then you're cheating, so screw you. Now then. 8-4. Starting to look pretty good, really, honestly. Much better than we saw in Mirage, obviously. Phenomenon. Ooh. Meet you. Are you going to peek that? Yeah, not going to peek that. Fair enough. Okay, he is going to peek that. Okay, fair enough, but from a different angle, so it was a little bit more surprising. He was less likely to get punished for said peek. So, understandable movement there from Michu. Meanwhile, Spiro looks to try and find someone with that Tech 9 in hand. Wasn't able to do so far, but elsewhere, I do believe it was Michu that got the, yes it was, kill onto Dima. So, Dobry&Gaming playing a very slow round thus far. Which, to be fair, is usually the way they go. And to be fair, when it comes time to entry fag, Michu is a man to do it with. With that, they'll probably get their bomb plant down shortly, and Krekker is the only man alive. I wonder if he's going to catch the better of this potential duel with Minice. They're sort of creeping around in tunnel. But I don't know if he's going to live through this one. Nope. Unfortunately. Not going to happen. Still. Good stuff so far on both sides. 8-5. This is looking close. Phenomenon, 1 or 2 more rounds, they can be totally happy with this half, and they've got the full buy. But the thing is, if they run out of money on this one, Most likely they're going to be losing both rounds. So we're basically looking at either a 10-5 or an 8-7 half. It's probably not going to be 9-6. So that's actually really potentially good either way, because someone's going to have to eco, is basically what I'm saying right now. Phenomenon. Dima in particular, playing quite a dicey game there, but does survive. And with so many kills coming down in quick succession, I don't think Dobry&Gaming are going to be in great shape after this. Two people alive, and neither of them are in great health. Plus, with 3 people hanging around the area, you've got to say it's looking well difficult, shall we say, to win this one, bruv. Oscarish, however, is a man. Now Spiro is a corpse. However, Oscarish gets himself 2 kills. Might as well go hell for leather at this point. 9-5 is the scoreline. Going into the last round of the half. Could be pretty important. There is actually a pretty reasonable buy there on Dobry. I had thought they wouldn't be able to get like a full buy. I was correct about that, but it's better than I thought it would be, so there's still potential for them to win this round. The 9-6 is a possibility, but Phenomenon would be very grateful for a 10-5 right now. They are giving up the A site, however, and potentially going to get blindsided as well. Is Softic looking? That is the question. Is he going to push through long doors, or are they going to keep an eye out? Well, actually going to be Spiro that claims the first kill for the side of Dobry&Gaming. Michu, and he collect 3 between them, and here it comes. Minis does come in through long doors in the end. And it will shut down that one. Man, I've started saying shut down too much. This is becoming one of those annoying phrases. I must purge it. What would be an alternative phrase? Stop. But that's not really, it doesn't really flow, does it? It's like, gonna stop it. Yes, could work. Anyway, Phenomenon and Dobry&Gaming is looking pretty close right now. 9-6. That's a decent half from Phenomenon. And to be fair, I'd say probably Phenomenon is a team that's going to fare a little bit better on their CT side. Just in the sort of the general principle. Just because they seem to have quite good coordination as their team, even if their aiming somewhat lacks. So they may have that, advantage in the rotations, but of course a lot of it will come down to the pistol, as ever it does. And Phenomenon, in turn, are going to be trying whatever they can to bring themselves a victory here. They know that there's 2 people on short, but they're going to keep pushing it. They've got Michu very, very low, as is his compatriot there. And Luke comes around from behind. So, could be the pistol round victory here, unless there's a really rather significant disaster. Luke is going to continue to play the game of sniping. And is going to come out okay against Minis there. He will at least live. Which is, really all you can hope for, right? But still. Good showing there for Phenomenon. Get themselves the pistol round, 10-6. I feel at this point, Dobry&Gaming... I'd be very tempted to try and force up. I guess they can't afford 5-7s, so they didn't get enough kills. So, they're not going to bother. They're going to go with the pistols. P250s and a Deagle. Keep an eye on Michu. Be peeking out from short at some point, most likely. See if they are ready for that. The smoke is down on middle, but it's going to actually wear off soon. So this could go actually quite disastrously wrong. Michu has peeked out at good timing. He's going to be removing the support for Dima, but Dima He's got himself that first kill. Can he get the second now? Gets it. And will retreat back through through mid doors. Oscarish elsewhere pushed out. Got himself the 1v1 kill. Pistol versus rifle, I do believe. But still, they have given up positioning on B site. Grenades are flying. Bomb is being planted right now. A 3-on-3 retake. It's possible, but with no armor, it becomes so difficult. It's so difficult to get onto B site without being shot. And the aim punch, when you get hit with no armor, your aim goes absolutely wild. So, really, really tricky. But, take it one step at a time. Now 2-on-2. Rushing him down. And apparently, Michu had totally given up on the idea of fighting that one anyway, so I'm not really sure why Oscarish stuck around in hindsight. Got himself the first kill, but yeah, a little bit strange. I am puzzled. Still. Like Phenomenon are on track to win this map, which would take us to the third map. Would take us to Cobblestone, if we get there. I have to say, though, I'm inclined to say that Dobry&Gaming would probably be the better team on Cobblestone, even if Phenomenon is able to win this one. But still, baby steps, take it one step at a time. Got to get yourself the win here if you want to get that one there, because they're actually losing a lot of members here as they're rushing across short. It's a punishing journey. March of the Penguins has a very high loss rate, you see. Phenomenon does manage to get it, though. Penguins have made it. They will be breeding mightily on Ace site. I don't know why I said... But anyway, A site is where they have generally been focusing their attention. Coldy is going to have himself an AWP right now. With himself the shot. Pass across the AWP to the main AWPer, which is Luke. He was just trying to take advantage of his spawn there. Michu apparently has that slightly disturbing talent of aim locking onto his own team's heads. Which is probably just something he does to keep himself sort of, you know, keep himself sharp and in shape and all that. But I always find it slightly worrying. Still, Phenomenon have decided once again to go for this bull rush approach onto A, and they have grenaded Michu down to 8 health. He doesn't even see anyone before he goes down. And with a very nice setup here, it looks like Phenomenon are in good shape to win this round. They have complete control. And Minis gets blindsided, but wins the fight anyway. No problem. No problem. Boss Oscarish, however. See if he can get anything done here. Well, yes. But also no. The very same. Coldy one is going to be trying to stop this one. Did I call him Coldy one? I mean, that's how he spelt his name, but he is actually Coldy. Coldy. If we were trying to literally pronounce it and convert the one into an I, it would be Coldy. But Coldy, anyway. Still, is going to be in good shape. I hope someone got that reference before. If you haven't seen the video, The Begun of Tigtone, you should go and watch it. It's pretty much quality. Slightly disturbing as well, but it's quality. Anyway, Phenomenon. Actually getting kind of massacred right now. It's going to be Denise coming out there with another kill there. There. As they have locked down the site. All those guys trying to get on, pushed very firmly out. And with no health to speak of, Lordy is going to find it very simple to cut that one. A new one. But Dobry&Gaming have a bit of a comeback if they want to come back on and win this map. They have a lot of work to do, perhaps would be a better way of phrasing that, but 13-7. They have got the eco forced onto Phenomenon here. Oof, good shot. But Minis can only do so much. Phenomenon now look like they want to make something happen on B. Or possibly mid. Do they have a flashbang? Yes, they do. They're going to go for it. And Ace is going to get 1, get 2, and a third is helped out. But he does go down in the end, I do believe, there. Still. 1 loss. They're going to be able to save the AWP. And Spiro cuts down Phenomenon's Coldy. Simple one there. (13-8). Full buy up once again. Well, lacking 1 or 2 grenades and running with a Galil, but more or less full buy up there from Phenomenon. Minis takes a good chunk there as well, actually. And I really must say, Phenomenon are performing really well on Dust 2. We'll see if it actually continues later on. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. These things happen. Phrases you can say that have almost no meaning at all, but they sound like you've thought about it and you've come up with a response, and it's good. Oh man, that guy just like dinked me through mid-doors. He's clearly a hacker. These things happen. I'm neither confirming nor denying your assertion that this person is a hacker, but it's a response. It's a useful way of dealing with a raging friend. Matchmaking tips. From this guy that's kind of bad at matchmaking. But anyway, Spiro is going to be taking full advantage of the fact that he just got a totally clean angle on a bunch of people that didn't think he was there. Minis, your gun was poking there. Keep your gun concealed, ladies and gentlemen. You will be shot for it. By the police. A strange message. Anyway, Coldy going to be trying to cut down anyone that's assailing the site right now, but the timer is running out. He needs 4 seconds to get the plant down, remember. He will be able to do it if nobody interrupts him, but there we go. That is the round loss, definite, and the kills only make it more so. But very nicely done there. Phenomenon. The lead is looking a little bit less unassailable at this point. 3 rounds on the trot for Dobry&Gaming, most likely a 4th to follow. They've got the pistols to deal with here, which, barring the unlikely, is pretty much a free round. I do like the way they are playing it fairly simple here. Good rotation across the board. Keeping it calm. Keeping it cool. They clearly haven't panicked just because Phenomenon is on such a good round score. And they continue to play it fairly standard when it comes down to this. It is entirely possible at this stage that Dobry&Gaming could come back into it. On any given individual round, they probably still have the advantage. You know, it's ET-sided map after all. They've got the full economy. Luke is actually running with a totally glass cannon AWP. However, losing Minis is probably a bad sign for them. Michu is going to try and get something in return, but will only get a bit of damage. Dima also doing pretty well for himself here. Gets himself 1. Could still easily go for 2nd and will catch him with the grenade out. Spiro making another slightly dicey decision. Now it's a 2-on-5. This is a really tricky situation. They must assail the A site somehow if they want to come and get this round, but it's almost impossible at this stage. I mean, Michu is the man for it. I've said it before, I'll say it again, but I don't love being a turtle. However, Michu will most likely end up losing the 5 versus 1. One of those highly informative pieces of colour, but it is true. So it has that going for it. Plus he also got blindsided. Well, not blindsided. Pika's advantaged, shall we say. Still. 14-10. Now Dobry&Gaming did manage to build themselves up a bit of an economy while they were winning their rounds before. So they didn't lose too many players in those periods. So they've got some more margin for error. But depending on who gets the first pick through the doors there, you know, it could easily go one way or the other. If they lose this one, of course, Dobry&Gaming face the overtime slog. 5 rounds on the trot would be really quite an ask to even get to overtime. Phenomenon, on the other hand, they win this one. Should be much happy. Shouldn't be too implausible for them to finish it off either, since the economy is okay for Dobry&Gaming, but it's not great. It's not going to be able to withstand another lost round and still get the full buy. However, the push in from Phenomenon here is going to get slowed down by that Molotov. Nice flash is going to get 3 people with it, but in spite of that, it's going to be Krecker and Softic who come out good. Get the 3 kills there. Leaving us now with a 2-on-3. Double AWP as well is perhaps not what you want in this scenario. Oh, but there is a gap in that smoke. Are you going to try, Phenomenon? Are you going to try? I think you are. However, elsewhere, Miniz got taken down and Spiro didn't actually find the shot there, so unfortunately, this is looking like a 15-10. Spiro most likely wants to save this gun. We'll see if he can actually hold on to it. He's going to get double-sided. And it's not going to happen for him. Makes almost no difference to Phenomenon to lose that gun at this stage. They've got enough money for the rest of the game. In theory. Unless they lose a bunch of rounds in a row. Which is unlikely. Dobry&Gaming. Definitely having a much harder time now. They looked absolutely dominant on Mirage. But on Dust 2, I just feel like the rotations have been that much smarter, that much snappier from Phenomenon. Now, what's going to happen here on long doors? Krecker is going to put a little bit of presence down there. Deny anyone from rotating out. And I definitely feel like the fact that there are such clearly well-organized, well-set-up set plays here from Phenomenon, especially for taking this A site, has helped them out so many times. However, it is very dependent on whether you get slaughtered on your way to the site. That will tend to put a damper in you. Oh, wow. Nice shot there by Luke, but shouldn't change anything. In the end, he'll get picked up on his way out, and that will put Dobry&Gaming up to 11, but that was definitely a shot when he was pretty much completely flashed, unless I'm very much mistaken. I have no idea how he guessed what he guessed. Yeah, totally flashed. Total timing. That is incredible. Still. That's why he is on a team. I am not. Of course, there is also a little bit of luck. Michu, meanwhile, has just grenaded a lot. In other news, Phenomenon are kind of getting beasted. Did get the bomb plant, so that's nice. Bit of money for the kitty at the back. But Dobry&Gaming, don't count them out. Chickens hatching, etc. Metaphors. Referencing earlier metaphors. It's interesting to note that on this half thus far, the rounds are 6-6. Been literally 50-50, and if that trend continues, then obviously, given that Phenomenon only need to win 1 round, 50-50 isn't good enough for Dobry&Gaming. So they have to step up. They have to play that little bit better. Still, that coordination I mentioned at around half-time does seem to have come through. The set plays. They're so valuable, and Dobry&Gaming really don't seem to like to use them very much. Which is almost like... I almost feel like that's one of the problems when you have players like Michu and like Spiro who can just go ham. And like just run in totally, no flashes, no nothing, no smokes, no mollies, and they're just like, ah, and then they get entry frags anyway. Like, it almost becomes a crutch sometimes. Stops you from developing that smarter style. The best teams are, of course, the ones where all their players are really good, and they're also really, really good at the cerebral stuff. 4 playing 4 at the moment. I've had those 2 picks going back and forth. 37 seconds on the clock. Manice is a little bit low on HP, but he's got that all. So it's fine. Just land the first shot and you're Gucci. It looks like it's going to be a B push though, and Lordy isn't having any of it. He's just going to run straight through the smoke. Catches out 2 in quick succession. However, the B side is vulnerable. If Luke can get the first shot, he could potentially isolate 2 1v1s in a row. They peek out. This could be really bad. Oh, he saw the elbow, but there's only 8 seconds left on the clock. He's going to have to go for the plant, but he's going to get blindsided. I'm almost certain of it. He will go down, even though he got the bomb plant. It's not enough. It's just a little bit of money on the board. Really nice there by Dobry&Gaming to hold their nerve until the last second there. But still. They hold on. Fingernails, perhaps, but they hold on. 15 to 13 is not a definite win. Especially when we consider the economy situation. If they lose this round, Phenomenon are not going to have enough money. Even with a full lost round bonus, they won't be able to buy up a full set of weapons and grenades. However, right now, that may not matter because it's a lot of kills going trading backwards and forwards. Oh, those health bars. One good grenade right now for Dobry&Gaming could get them overtime, basically. But on the other hand, 3 players to 2. If you're forced to split up now on Dobry&Gaming, which you pretty much are, given the circumstances, it is real tough to call. However, Manice has called it. 2 on 2 now. Health bar's still very much in the favour of Dobry&Gaming. They will see Krekker, but he is narrowly able to avoid becoming the pinata. Makes a good call. He goes straight through the smoke. Manice has also guessed what's up, but he flashes badly. Does not hit Krekker. Less of a pop flash. More of a flash with a small carrier pigeon notice beforehand. And all they need is this 1 round, Phenomenon. If they get the headshot here, it's going to be all over. And it isn't. Spiro is still alive. Somehow surviving for a fraction of a second there on 6 HP. But he will go down in the end. 16-13 to Phenomenon. Takes us to Cobblestone. That will be the 3rd map in this best of 3. A little bit close. But they do get it. So really, really good stuff for Phenomenon. Now, Dust 2 is clearly their comfort map. This was their pick of map, and it was still really close. So they are going to have to pull their finger out if they want to get Dobry&Gaming down. Cobblestone was the decider. It was not their pick at all, so we'll see if it works out for them. Of course, while we're waiting for the next game to get started, do feel free to follow the channel and then enter yourself in the poll that you should see at the top.